I know you all probably hear the old folks say that freedom is not free. And that's because people paid a price. The slaves went from Africa, they got on a ship, they were taken away from their families, from all of the comforts that they were accustomed to, and they were put on a ship next to people that they may not have necessarily known. And they were on that ship for months at a time.
The Slave Ship Project was a part of Mayor Bell's vision for Empowerment Week to really bridge the gap between young people's learning and their active participation. Interestingly, many young people did not know, especially right here in the city of Birmingham, about the Middle Passage and what it meant to their historical significance and relevance. So this was Mayor Bell's opportunity to say, hey, this is a part of your history. A young person in Birmingham cannot be a part of a civil rights history like this and not know all of the things that led up to this point. So this was a reenactment of the Slave Ship Project that involved Birmingham City School middle school students.
The Middle Passage and this project that you're a part of right now has a direct effect on your lives today. That's why Mayor Bell has you out here. Because if you're a part of our city and its history and its legacy, everything that's a part of Empowerment Week, you should be able to say what? I know. And so, after this project, I want you to be attentive, I want you to have some dialogue, I want you to learn. So when you go back to your schools and when you go back into your communities, then we get together next year and someone asks you, do you know about the Slave Ship Project? Do you know what the Middle Passage meant to your life? You will be able to say what? I know. All right, there you go.
What we're going to do, we're going to break you all up into groups, and we are actually going to reenact what that experience could have been like boarding that slave ship many years ago. Fifth graders, stand up.
The Middle Passage was a slave ship route that brought slaves from Africa to America. It spanned from months to even years, and it was horrific conditions for many folks of African descent. And oftentimes young people don't even know that it existed and the torment that many of the slaves had to go through. I thought this was a fascinating bridging the gap experience because many young people quite naturally, if they didn't know about it or even if they knew about it, really couldn't make it practical. So it was fascinating, first of all, to ask, how many of you even know what the Middle Passage is, what the Slave Ship Project is? And very few hands were raised. And then for them to go through the simulation, they started out thinking that it was going to be something fun. So they started off doing chants, of course, like many of our slaves, our former slaves did. And it was light and easy at that point. But when they had to march together,
I can't be no slave.
And then when they had to sit together and not use their own free will and accord, they said, hold on. This is not fun. I need to stand up. No, you can't stand up. Well, I need to stretch. No, you can't stretch. And I think at that point it was really relevant to them. Okay, people had to live like this. People had to spend months and even years like this. I can't even spend an hour like this. So I think the light bulb came on that people had to endure some horrific conditions and that freedom isn't free.
Don't go over me like that. Go around me. Man, don't walk over me. Go around me.
It's easy to forget that the luxury that we enjoy, we have not always enjoyed it. There are many people who have had to endure so many trials and tragedies for us to sit at the table of opportunity. And so using this as an opportunity to demonstrate to our young people, because many of their parents don't know. So using this as an opportunity to demonstrate to our young people, learn your history, learn that you're standing on the shoulders of giants, learn what people had to sacrifice. If their parents don't know, if adults don't know, learn from our young people that all of us get to enjoy what we enjoy because so many people made sacrifices. And if you don't understand your history, you're doomed to repeat it. This was to them just another kind of class getaway. The heat hadn't taken over. The bugs hadn't taken over. And so when they had to march and when they finally sat down, to realize that I can't escape this heat. There is no air conditioning, or I can't move away from this. This is my friend and I still don't want to be sitting by them right now. I think that gave them a real life perspective of wow, you mean folks really had to endure this? And the answer is yes, they had to endure this for days, months, even years. Many lost their lives because of these horrific conditions. Imagine not being able to eat or go to the bathroom. I think this was one of the best practical experiences that our youth could go through. And kudos to Mayor Bell for wanting to simulate it with them.